Have you ever found yourself falling for someone that you barely know? You don't see them that often, but you don't know them that well. You talk here and there, but you're really attracted to them. And you find yourself thinking about them all the time. Doesn't matter if you're 18 or 68, you're smitten with them. You believe that they're special, that your connection is special. And they might not even know how intensely you feel for them. Well, that's Limerence. And today we're diving into how social media apps like Instagram, Facebook, even LinkedIn are feeding this new emotional preoccupation. I really believe that social media and our interconnectedness are causing an epidemic of limerence. I see it all the time. And yes, while limerence has been around forever, I really feel like it has exploded in the last 10 years. Okay, so in this video, we'll talk about what limerence actually is, how to best protect your peace in this digital age of romance, and what to do if your crush, your ex, your coworker, someone you see when you drop your kids off at school, lives rent-free in your head. And stick around to the end because I'm offering a free resource that you can download today that will help you let go of a limerent attraction and move past it faster. Okay, so what is limerence? Limerence is an intense attraction to another person, marked by frequent detailed daydreams about them, where you imagine what life would be like if you were together, what it would be like if they met your family, what sort of conversations you would have if you went to the grocery store together. And you might find yourself idealizing your limerent other, putting them on a pedestal, imagining them as perfect for you, being blind to any of their flaws. If the limerent other offers intermittent reinforcement, if they're interested one week and then go silent the next, if they breadcrumb, the limerent person will hold on for weeks, months, years to this attraction. You see, limerence thrives in uncertainty. The ups and the downs, the roller coaster of not knowing what's going to happen next. So with someone that runs sort of hot and cold, a limerent person is going to attach longer. This kind of goes into what I want to talk about regarding social media. You see, if you're fixated on someone and you have access to their social media, it's easy to latch on to the positives. It's easy to ignore red flags. And it's easier to feel more attached and see the relationship as more than it actually is, because there's this sort of false connection built online through social media posts, likes, and constant contact through DMs. That all feeds the belief that there's a deeper connection here than there might actually be. Okay, so you're not seeing them every weekend, they're busy a lot of the time, but every day at 11:11, they text you. That means something, right? Not necessarily. If they're not showing up in your life, them texting you every day at 11:11 doesn't mean that much. I knew someone who used to text the people they were dating at 11:11 or 1:11 or 2:22 every day. And that other people would believe that this showed that they had a deeper connection than they actually did. Because of course, the person I knew was texting multiple people. You have to remember, when you're looking at someone's social media feed, you're seeing their curated image, the best parts of them. And you don't want to fall for the highlight reel because that's not who they really are. And a limerent person might see glimpses that their limerent other has issues or there's red flags there, but still might hyper-focus on the highlight reel. If you can check their social media posts all the time, if they can text you intermittently, all these little breadcrumbs keep a limerent person hanging on longer. It feels like connection. It feels like reciprocation. It feels like there's mutual affection, but with no real buy-in. DMing, texting, posting online, liking posts, that's low effort. That's the lowest form of communication. But sometimes the lowest form of communication can send a person over the moon, intensifying daydreams and keeping them attached longer. If you met someone and you've been talking sporadically, they've been offering you breadcrumbs, but you're scrolling their social media, you're getting DMs from them. If that's the majority of what you're getting, you have to step back and look at the relationship as a whole. Liking posts, that whole like economy that happens through social media, seeing those likes creates a dopamine hit. The limerent person gets excited because, hey, what does that mean? I haven't heard from them in weeks and now they like my post. What does that mean? What are they expecting from me? What should I do next? The fact that someone that shows up intermittently has liked your post can be manipulative, or it could mean nothing. But that liking can keep a limerent person hanging on longer because their dopamine gets going, because they think that means that something's there, and they hang on longer to investigate, to see, is this person now into me? But a like often is just a like. It's really low effort, and you deserve someone in your life who's going to put themselves out there more. This can go on for a long period of time where you really don't meet up, where you really don't have a solid date, or you don't spend real time together, and for months. So because you really only know them as an acquaintance, your imagination fills in the blanks about them. A Limerent person can build this acquaintanceship up in their mind to nearly mythic status. Because what they don't know about their Limerent other, they use their imagination to fill in the blanks. Imagining what things would be like if they went out to dinner together, what the banter would be like, what they would talk about, creating a romantic comedy in their head that most likely wouldn't happen even if they went out on a first date. This other person wouldn't know the lines that the Limerent person has written in their head, and of course couldn't deliver them. But we all live in this digital world. This is where we all are. This is where we meet people. This is often where we get to know people. And certainly this is where people go when they're dating. This is how we often communicate. So what do? Well, if you've met someone and you're sort of seeing them sporadically because it's just new, if you find yourself scrolling their social media a lot, if you're checking it every day, if you're daydreaming about them and using your imagination to maybe put them on a pedestal, you want to dial back on that. So make sure you're not scrolling their pages. Interact with your friends, your coworkers, your family. If they're not making plans with you, make plans with somebody else. You want to hold on to your life. You want to live a fulfilled life. So keep having adventures on your own. Don't wait for them. And then look for red flags. If they pull away and then come back. If they ghost and then resurface. If they seem to be running hot and cold. Really examine that. Are they behaving in a suspicious manner? Maybe talk about it with a trusted friend or a therapist, so you know you're not ignoring breadcrumbing or other red flags. Make an effort to connect with them offline. And if they're not willing to do that, again, think about what that means. Make sure you're taking breaks from being online. See friends, explore your hobbies, get out of the house. I've had so many people tell me they don't like leaving their house. If you're caught in that type of rut, push yourself out there. Do something new. It could be something silly like going to a new grocery store. Just try and invite in that spirit of adventure, your type of adventure, every day. You don't want to build an acquaintance up into more than they actually are. You want to make sure you see them realistically and you don't hyper-focus on them. This new person in your life can't be your main interest. And if you do take a step back, and if you notice that this person is playing games, there are red flags. They're not treating you respectfully. Then you need to mute, unfollow, block. And I get it, that's hard because you saw potential there. But continuing to stay in a situation that's not working with someone who might be manipulating you is inviting in real pain, and you deserve more. Limerence is common, and it's always been common. But in the digital age, where we get to know someone online, where there's still sort of distance there, it's more prevalent than ever. Because it becomes so easy to create a narrative in our head where this acquaintance is our perfect person. Sometimes it can feel like we're kind of set up to enter into a Limerent connection. But the good news is you have the ability to assess situations, see that you might be developing a Limerent attraction, and break free faster. Start by setting boundaries, even within yourself, that you're not going to scroll anyone's social media every day. That if someone's texting you all the time and you haven't met up, that doesn't mean that you have a strong connection. And if someone's texting you 11:11 or 12:12 every day, yes, that's nice, but it's not proof that you have a really strong connection, especially if you haven't met them in real life. Then if you find yourself daydreaming about them, fantasizing about them, face the daydreams, the fantasies for what they are. Stories you're telling yourself in your head. Remind yourself that you really need to get to know this person and really go out to dinner with them and see what it's like. You don't want the relationship to live in your head. You don't want to believe that the rom-com you're creating is real life. And yeah, if you found someone that you think is right for you, who's single when you're single, who seems to be interested, connect in real life. As soon as you feel safe, connect in real life so you can really see if there's something there. Download my free guide, Limerence Detox. It includes journal prompts, exercises, and playlists to help you to stop spiraling and feel grounded so you can make the best decision for you.